off. My image is God reaching deep in the pot. I got features of people like lost. Yeah, R.I.P. on me, TT. The melanin on me, my cheekbone is native. The soil is my where I walk. Some even on me, my nigga go figure. My make enemy scoff. Admitted your energy off. My frequency killer, you soft. I show people love that act like they above it, but switch when they see me, I'm lost. I tell the truth when I talk. Niggas wanna be me. I used to sleep in the car till my girl when it crashes in car. Now I got a crib down the street. Young niggas made it so far. I never lose what I'm on. For now I'm cool being me. But I need you to match what I'm on. How you wanna play games when I won? Hey, I play with cash for the fun. Women looking at me, she think I'm needing her on. I'm doing me for me, hun. I never needed no one. I never bleed around sharks. They're saying you are what you eat, but she wanted me to be lunch. God body from the turf, my hair in the breeze. Bitch, I'm Arikana, keep the peace. I look out for me.
Yeah, fuck about what they say, I can't hear them from the clouds. Ay. I don't talk too much, but these diamonds talking loud. Ay. And I'm turning heads, got these bitches going out. Ay. Fuck about what they say, what they say, what they say. Yeah, I can't hear them from the clouds. Ay.
Diamond so vibe, always down to slide. I've been real from the jump start, it's just part of my design. I've been self-made, you know the bills paid, I've been a spark to self-prescribe. You want a real one, well I'm the real thing, I'm running rampant through a mind. Ay, yeah, I never lose what I'm on. I'm always cool with being me, ay, they never match what I'm on. Ay, I play with cash for the fun. God body from the turf, my hair in the breeze. I'm Arikana, keep the peace, I look out for me.
Yeah, fuck about what they say, I can't hear them from the clouds. Ay. I don't talk too much, but these diamonds talking loud. Ay. And I'm turning heads, got these bitches going out. Ay. Fuck about what they say, what they say, what they. Fuck about what they say, I can't hear them from the clouds. Ay.
I'm way up, nothing less than, and I'ma stay up.
Can't hear them from the clouds. Ay.
Yeah. I fuck about 1 million, I keep it a trend, resilient, they energy off. My image is God reaching deep in the pot, I got features of people like lost. Yeah, R.I.P. on me, TT.
Chill.
Melanin on me, my cheekbone is native, the soil is my where I walk. Some even on me, my nigga go figure, my make enemy scoff. Admitted your energy off, my frequency killer, you soft. I show people love that act like they above it, but switch when they see me, I'm lost. I tell the truth when I talk. Niggas wanna be me.
Mic check, mic check. Let's see what we got. Pretty good. Let me turn it up a little bit.
Women looking at me, she think I'm needing her on. I'm doing me for me, hun. I never needed no one. I never bleed around sharks.
What up, what up, what up, man? I am your host, Kituko X Kihinde. And this is Exodus Podcast on Exodus Gabon YouTube channel. Shout out to King Shujan, man. So what we talking about today is, y'all see the thumbnail? Y'all see the thumbnail? Y'all see the thumbnail, man. Who canceled the Pan-African Convention in Ghana? Who did that shit? What talk about?
They act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit them with an update. Okay. I've been getting to it when I'm up late.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, I am a Pan-African myself. And this Pan-African shit, man, gonna straight ahead though. It had to be the president. I'm thinking it was the president. Somebody up real high that up the European ass. And they had some big time speakers like my boy Julius, Malema, Plo, and dude from Nigeria. They had Dr. Arikana. And somebody canceled the shit on the day of the event. Bullshit. Straight bullshit. We're gonna look at a video on YouTube, man. I knew they were gonna come out and say something. Somebody needs to say something about this shit, man. So they trying to start the Pan-African movement. Why? Why though? Why they letting people start that shit, man? Hey, somebody need to do something about this shit, man. We pissed off, man. All Pan-Africans are pissed off. Like myself. The African diaspora in America, man, we pissed off. All over the world pissed off, man. We been waiting on events like this. Then y'all shut it down. But gonna be welcoming the diaspora and shit to come back home and all that shit in Africa. But who the hell did this shit? Who stopped this shit from going on, man? Y'all know we're gonna talk shit about this shit. Who controlling this shit? All I know is some bullshit. But anyway, let's get this disclaimer going here, cause this video is for educational information and all that shit purposes only.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research.
Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Now, back to Yuki Tuko.
All right, we got to do that for YouTube, man. But let's go on and get into this, man. They had a goddamn press conference about this shit, though. That's what we finna look at. We gonna look at the press conference, and I ain't gonna look at the whole video. I'm gonna put the link to the video in the description, man. Y'all wanna watch it, but we're gonna watch about 30 minutes of this shit. So yeah, no, let's get it. Let's check out the big time speakers. Let me turn it down. It sounds loud in my headphone, but y'all can't hear the music that loud on Blues. Check this out though. Here we go. Hey, what's up, goddamn? I think I'm on Twitter, Facebook. Y'all see the kids, man. Everybody, they try to bite my style, man. They can't bite my style. Y'all know that shit. They can't bite my style. They can't do what I do. They be trying to do everything I do, but they can't. But that's another story. Let's get it.
Would you be interested in collecting 5-figure paychecks for a few hours of work, helping me in your spare time from home?
Here we go. Oh no, we can start from the beginning. Here we go.
I believe that God created you for a specific purpose.
My bad.
He's called you to do something on this earth.
Hold up. God damn. That was... How you gonna jump to the end? Check it out. These some powerful speakers.
This is the journey to one Africa.
Beloved continent and way forward. To my right, Honorable Peter Obi, same thing, same message. The world at large, they know that Africa's future is in the hands of our youth. So New Africa Foundation specifically requested us to come and address African youth, starting with the youth in Ghana. And from what I'm hearing, the youth had actually come from all over Africa and some came from outside Africa, specifically to hear the message of empowerment, the message about our future, the message about the miseducation of not only our youth,
It's Dr. Arikana,
but us as Africans. The message about empowering our children and letting them know that now it is the time for us to do what we must do to take our Africa back. For far too long, we have been lied to. For far too long, we have been miseducated. And so as elders, those of the ones who are sitting with me today, and many others, we understand that we have failed our youth. But we do have a responsibility to make it right. And we do know that with our little wisdom and the energy and the intelligence of our youth, together, we can take our Africa in a new direction. That is what we came here to do.
Exactly, and that's what they know. They know that Pan-African shit for real. We got to get this shit back like it was before the Berlin Conference, man. The Berlin Conference. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that shit, man? Unless he's some greedy-ass goddamn president that just want money and shit. That ain't for the people. Who wouldn't want to one Africa, one be better, one currency? That's Pan-Africanism. Who wouldn't want that shit? I got to be crazy. Need to get that shit back like it was, man. The Berlin Conference, man. The Europeans came over and split Africa up as they pleased.
And that is what New Africa Foundation has asked us to do. We do know that our leaders cannot lead us on their own. They need all of us. So the message that we were going to deliver to our youth today was the message of hope, the message of resilience, and the message that says the Africa we want can only be built by us for us.
Yes.
And for us to succeed at doing so, we must be united.
Yes.
That the African youth are Africa's future. Without them, there is no future for Africa.
And it ain't no future for Africa. One thing about it, she's talking about uniting, but if we can't unite, we are not going to unite. I said this shit before. We are not, nobody, these niggas is not going to unite long as we got that goddamn book and all these different religions, man. We are not going to unite. It's sad. But, man, we got to put that religion to the side. You ain't got to get rid of your religion. Put that shit to the side while we at the table.
And as elders, we have a responsibility to share with them the truth and nothing but the truth. That is the message that we came here to deliver. That is what New Africa Foundation had requested us to do. We may not be at the convention center, but we intend to continue to preach the gospel of truth until we reach the promised land. I have no doubt in my mind that we will get there. Because Africa, the Africans, the people I like to describe as the beautiful, intelligent, sophisticated, highly adaptable, and totally indestructible human beings, the mothers and fathers of humanity, we will get to the promised land. And that.
Woo! Boy, that's powerful shit. Powerful shit, man. These some real speakers, man. They for African, man.
That's why we're here.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama Africa, Dr. Arikana, for leading the way. The most objective, fearless, and decisive mother we have known in Africa.
They fearless.
Before we get to Prof, I'd like to go to your right. Prof, right? Okay, let's have Prof respond to this, and then we can move to your right.
Thank you very much. My good sister, Dr. Arikana, has spoken for me, and I believe for all of us.
This man could be the next president of Africa, all of Africa, straight up, man. Straight up. Lumumba.
We came here
to
Accra, Ghana, to share our message. The message of hope. The message that Africa needs at this time. And there is no better place in the continent of Africa to begin that message than Accra, Ghana.
Yeah.
It is in this Accra, Ghana that the Osagie for Kwame Nkrumah almost 67 years ago spoke to the world and told the world that the independence of Ghana meant nothing if the continent of Africa was not free.
Exactly.
67 years later, we were congregating here in Accra in the very same place where the founding fathers and mothers of Ghana congregated to share the message of hope. Invited as we were by the New Africa Foundation, with one single instruction that we have lamented for too long, agonized for too long.
We're going to get this shit right. We're going to get this shit right. I'm telling you, if y'all ain't connected to Africa, man, when United States, when this shit fall, y'all better have somewhere to just holler at me.
And the time is now to organize. That is the innocent message that we came here to deliver.
If y'all can't tell, I got to stop this shit again. Y'all can't tell Africa is on the rise. Africa has awakened, man. Africa is woke. We witnessing this shit right now. It's been asleep for years and years, man. This shit is going down right now. Y'all don't get a part of it, man. Y'all ass gonna be left behind. Quit playing around and save your goddamn money. Playing your escape.
And in a manner totally inexplicable to us, we are not at that venue. But is it not the wise to say, when the world serves you a lemon, ask not for an orange, make yourself lemonade? We are here, therefore, to say that the message will be alive and well. And you, young and old, you are the conduit via which we are now telling the world that the journey of hope continues apace, not only within the continent of Africa, which is the mother continent, but to Africans in the diaspora.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no doubt in my mind.
It's us.
That there is a conspiracy of sorts.
Yes, it is.
By the elements.
Yes.
That it should happen the way it has happened.
Exactly. I'm glad they know this shit. I'm glad. Good shot, Plo. I'm glad you speaking on this shit, man. They know this shit ain't, hey, man, they ain't finna sit there and let that shit go on like that. It's time for another convention. We're going to do another one. I want to know what the reason behind this shit. Who in the Ghana president, man? Who in the hell made this man cancel this shit? It had to be him or somebody did that shit. Who in the hell made them cancel this shit with these big speakers, man? Because they know that shit was going to change some shit, man. It was going to change a lot of shit, but it's still going down, though.
So this is not an occasion for lamentation. It is an occasion for redoubling our efforts and our presence here in Accra, Ghana. My good friend, Honorable Obi, my dear sister, Dr. Arikana Chihombri Kwao, this is the occasion for which the English word serendipity was created. It is a serendipitous.
This tiny device will let you track your equipment from your smartphone. A simple device like this
that heralds a great future for the continent of Africa. So that looking forward, a meeting such as this will happen not only here in Accra, Ghana, but I look forward to a meeting such as this taking place in Ouagadougou, in Burkina, taking place in Dakar, in Senegal, in Nairobi, in Kenya, in Johannesburg, in South Africa, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, because this is about the continent of Africa.
Yes.
And we say this at a time when we know that Africa has promised to ourselves that we are going to make more intimate our interaction. This is why the Africa Continental Free Trade Area is headquartered here in Accra, Ghana.
With it.
This Accra, Ghana is where all Africans of goodwill pay homage. Because out of this Accra, Ghana, there was a great son, the Osagyefo, Kwame Nkrumah. Shall be well.
Shout out to Kwame Nkrumah. Great leader. Great man.
With Accra, Ghana.
Thank you. Nobody says it with such clarity and courage. Professor PLO understands both the context and the concept, and it's upon the heritage of people like this that the new Africa will definitely be born, no doubt. Before we go to the question, I want to ask one of the most feared man in Nigeria right now, if I would say, Mr. Peter Obi.
Well, after listening to Prof and Doctor,
powerful.
I don't know whether I still have anything to contribute to this. But to your question, our reason for coming to, let me start by thanking the New Africa Foundation for their invitation and organizing this event. And like the previous speakers have said, we might not be at the convention.
Like I said, I ain't gonna show all of this, man. I'm gonna leave the link, man. Y'all can watch it yourself if y'all give a damn.
But that will not stop the conversation. We only shifted venue. So the conversation continues. We're in Ghana to start the conversation about Africa. Africa for too long has suffered, and everybody knows the reason why Africa has suffered.
Yes.
People can try to speak about it every day.
Man, this shit deep.
Africa has been going through what it's going through because of what I always say, that it is due to one problem: leadership. It is failed leadership over the years.
Exactly.
That brought Africa where it is.
Failed leadership. He ain't telling nothing but the truth. Failed leadership. All they want to do is get their money, put the money in their pockets. They don't care nothing about the people. And that's how that shit is, though, man. And they got the city parts of Africa, man. You can just go like a couple minutes down the road and it'll get straight goddamn, like goddamn 1930s or some shit. I'm talking about unmodernized and shit. You got the city modernized and you go right down the road and it's just no Wi-Fi, no none of that shit. Go on a little farther, ain't no lights. All that shit, man. These leaders don't really care because the people don't be caring. The people really don't care. As long as it don't come to their doorstep, they don't really deal with politics or none of that shit. They leave well enough alone, and that's a problem. That's a problem, man, in Africa, man. The people, they don't really want no problems or none of that shit. Cause if they carrying water or whatever, then ain't nothing going on. They gonna leave it just the way it is. They don't be wanting to modernize, man. But that shit got to change, man. Cause they could be living a whole lot better if they start talking shit about what the hell going on right now. The leaders don't care. That's why they don't do shit. Cause the leaders know that the people don't really care. The people leave well enough alone. The leaders know that shit. That's why they don't do shit. But they pocket the money.
I want to start a conversation because of what Dr. Arikana has said, talking to the youth of Africa. No continent in the world today have the potential of Africa.
No continent.
Not one.
No continent.
We are the second largest in terms of population and size.
Exactly.
But our potential is far greater than even number one, because today Africa is the only continent that have a population of 1.1 billion youths, energetic, talented, ready to leave the world in different areas of the world.
Man, we can take this we can take this bitch over. We could take this bitch over if we wanted to, man. What the fuck are we doing? How we end up at the bottom, man? We end up at the bottom. These niggas just, boy, it's so sad, man. Come on, Africa, man. Hey, let go, man. Let go, man.
Africa is home to the
Should be pissing me off.
Biggest, highest amount of natural resources, from minerals to, we have 65% today of the world all cultivated arable land. So imagine what we can do. We can feed the world. We can do everything. But ironically, because of what I started with, failed leadership over the years, Africa is also home to the highest number of poor people. Out of the 700 million people in extreme poverty today, 431 million lives in Africa.
The thing about it, Africa is like the second largest continent. They got the more people. Thing about it, it gonna have the goddamn lowest, the highest percentage of poverty and shit. It gonna be the highest in the world, cause the biggest, it's the second largest continent. Shit. And poverty, man, is everywhere though. It's everywhere. I don't know why they ain't really got a pinpoint Africa. That shit everywhere. I can go in Augusta, go anywhere around that bitch and find homeless people and shit. Ain't nobody pinpoint that shit though. The United States don't give a damn.
Over 30% of our population, if you go to multidimensional poverty, out of 1.1 billion, over 60% is in Africa, with Congo and Nigeria leading. Today, in the surface of the world, Congo has the highest amount of natural, call it mineral, 4 trillion. Nigeria has similar situation. You can extrapolate Congo situation to all over Africa, where they have everything, but they are producing poverty. It cannot continue with our youth. With the energy they have.
I hate this shit, man. They canceled the goddamn Pan-African goddamn convention, man. Wish I knew who was behind this shit. But I hate this shit, man. Africa, it's time to get right now, man. It's time for y'all niggas to get right too, man. I'm telling you.
They can lead the world in technology, in health, in entertainment, in everything. All they want is leadership, purposeful leadership. Africa has what is Look at its wealth, resources, shamelessly stolen and put in private pockets. It cannot continue.
I'm gonna be a chief in Africa. I'm gonna have my own village and all that shit. I'm gonna be a chief in Africa. Watch what I do in the years to come. Change my area.
So we're just here to continue conversation. It's not about any country, anything, but talking to the youth of Africa to know that they can change the world. They can change the way things are in Africa. Africa should not be a continent where people come to beg or plead for aid. We should be contributing to aid some other people with the resources we have. Exactly. And that's all Africa should be. Exactly. Their own Africa should be.
Exactly.
That's all the conversation is all about. It's about the future of Africa.
Sincere people.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter Obi. And I dare say that the peace in
Peter Obi, Nigeria.
Today, negative or positive, is responsible for it. Because he has refused the violent way, and it's very good to say it in a place like Ghana. Some of us took to the streets. We were willing to bring Nigeria to our knees so that we can rise up again. But he seems to have an ideology, and in the little time I spent with him, I could understand that America and Europe are all built on genocide. They just wipe out the people and took. So Africa is shaping a completely new definition and dimension.
True.
Nigeria speaks 600 languages. That is I don't know even how to put it, but to manage that diversity
language,
and it's something we will do and we can do, to share something that has never existed.
He said Nigeria speaks 600 languages. Did he just say that? Damn.
In the continent of the world. This is what has been given to us to do. And so I want to thank you, sir, for responding to what you said, because truly it's only leadership that can do that. And you're speaking to the people who will take that. We'll take a few more questions. This is so beautiful happening here today. Please, your name and your question.
So, my name is Kobiche. I'm a Ghanaian blogger. So I'm very excited. First of all, I like the fact that there's no new Ghana.
We're going to fast forward a little bit.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best.
Don't worry about these questions and shit. We want to hear the
way
speakers.
To make money on Amazon is not with.
If you are illiterate, the probability of a person convincing you is high. But if you are literate and you know your power.
And I need you guys to pay attention to what I'm getting ready to say.
All right.
You raised a very important issue that you said, being literate or illiterate. But I'll tell you, our issues as Africans today are issues of the mind. The most dangerous African of today is an African who is colonized, educated or not. Coming from Zimbabwe, I can honestly tell you that the people who are moving Zimbabwe in terms of the awakening are the villagers. They seem to have a better understanding of what is really going on and are less likely to be sold, are less likely to sell their souls. And you must look at the people around you.
It's very powerful.
Some of the most difficult people, Africa group at the World Bank one time to address them for their annual event. And I went through all the issues and the pillars of why Africa is where Africa is. And I analyzed the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization that the 14 African former French colonies were made to sign. I thought everybody understood. But at the end of it, 2 African-born economists working for the World Bank come to me and said, but Ambassador, why do you keep talking about the Berlin Conference? It's a thing of the past. And to my utter shock, I'd gone through the process of explaining the Berlin Conference and that it is a policy that was put in place in order to see to it that Africa and her children are forever defeated and dominated.
Exactly. And it's still going on today. We just going on with this shit. Boy, Dr. Arikana be speaking true facts, man.
And that as long as we have a country called Togo, as long as we have a country called Burkina Faso, as long as we have a country called Malawi, we are defeated. Intentionally.
Loud ass. Who the fuck?
Sir. So these two economists working for the World Bank are the same ones now that are being used as instruments of our own self-destruction. They're the ones that are being sent to Africa to sell policies that are detrimental to Africa's progress. So the question then becomes, what is our education doing for us?
Exactly.
Zero. And it goes back to the miseducation.
Zero.
The people who are in power
are
the ones who are failing to stand up and challenge those who are raping us in broad daylight. Pardon my choice of words.
Broad daylight, you're right though.
I was once asked by one African, Ambassador, let's try to be nice to these Westerners. Let's not be too direct as we challenge them. And I did ask this brother of mine, I said, my brother, help me out. How do I tell a man who is raping me to rape me nicely? I said, help me with the language.
Oh, well, did you hear that? So how do you tell somebody that's graping you to grape you nicely? Oh my God. They say they graping in broad daylight. African.
And this was an educated professor who is advising me to be nice. How long am I going to continue to be nice? Those are the educated people who are sitting in the boardrooms and they choose to be mute.
Dang.
And when they are mute while representing us, that means 1.4 billion Africans are mute.
Exactly.
It is not the villager who is sitting at the boardroom table. It is the elite, the educated. So my son, what is our education doing to us?
Exactly.
What have we done to undo the colonial education? I hear right here in Ghana.
I'm gonna tell y'all though, homeschooling is the best schooling, man. Cause you can teach your kid more at home. Cause the school ain't teaching them shit. These kids be at school, man, hours and hours, don't even be at home long. The teachers is your kids' parents, man. The teachers. And they raising your kids, man. Teaching them bullshit. And credit, real estate. You know what I'm saying? Bartering and shit. Let go, man. Homeschooling is the best schooling, man.
Perfect example. There's not a single Kwame Nkrumah book that is required reading in the Ghanaian educational system. Whose problem is that?
Ooh, that's sad.
Most African countries, our educational system is still the colonial educational system. So what do you expect?
Exactly.
From the leaders that we have today?
Exactly.
If their education remains colonized. So may I say, the most dangerous person for Africa today is a colonized African. And we must challenge each and every one of us to have a serious conversation with the image in the mirror. Are you colonized? Where do you stand when it comes to the issues to do with Africa? How do you feel about the continued exploitation of Africa? How do colonization, imperialism, do you even understand it? Do you even know what the Berlin Conference means when it comes to your ability to buy bread?
Exactly.
To your ability to get a job? Can you connect the dots back to the policies that are designed to keep us where they want us to be? It is the elite, it is the educated who are refusing to challenge the status quo and speak on our behalf, educated or not.
Y'all hear it. This is some powerful shit. Y'all over here bullshit. It's some powerful shit. Look what shit, man, this shit going down. Y'all gonna keep us, stay over here with this bullshit.
So I'd like to answer your question by saying our miseducation is what is leading us to the Africa that we are today, an Africa that cannot stand up and defend our turf with facts, with our truths. Ours is a simple issue. You see, truths and facts, these are constants that never change.
Exactly. We're going to look at about 6 more minutes of this and I'm going to get out of here.
All we got to do is stand up. I like to end by saying, some of you have seen a poster. There were black men who were bending over and there was a table on their backs. And at the bottom, it simply said, and on top, of course, sitting around the table were white people who were feasting.
I seen that shit.
And the caption simply said, all we got to do is stand up.
Stand up. I seen
Why
that
have
shit.
we failed?
I seen that shit. I bet y'all ain't never seen that shit, what she talking about. I bet you, because y'all don't look up shit. Y'all don't be reading shit. I bet you y'all ain't got a clue what she talking about. I seen that picture what she got there. I seen that shit I don't know how many times. Just on the internet, just researching shit. On the internet. All we gotta do is stand up and everything will fall.
Thank you. Thank you. At this point, I'm going to say that while we bring this convention, this conversation, this press conference to a close, I want to demand on your wisdom, both of you, Prof, beginning from you, to look at the issues and give a closing remark. And I believe I can trust that once that is done from both of you, we can bring this to a close perfectly. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you very much. When I, several months ago, received a phone call from a young African, Nana Freedom Bediako, inviting me and others to this conference. This is what he told me in summary. Africa needs to speak about hope to our young sons and daughters. And that hope must not be based on sentimentalism or romanticism. It must be grounded on things that can change the lives of young Africans.
Man, they hit Plo on Lumumba or Julius Malema, they could be the next president, man. President and vice president of something. It'll be over with, man. Listen to that man speak. It's super powerful. Y'all nigga don't even know what the hell going on.
It must be about what we can do in order to improve our agriculture, in order to add value to our resources, in order to give meaning to the things that will change people's lives. When I arrived in Accra, Ghana, yesterday, the 6th day of January, the year 2024, that young man, Nana Bediako, took us to a room and gave a demonstration of what him and his foundation think about African solution to African problems. How we can use our human and natural resources to change our circumstances so that we can be beggars no more.
Exactly.
We were touched.
We got to do that, man. We got to use the resources, man, for our benefit so we can benefit from the shit. Stop this shit, man. It's happening, though. Africa is waking up, though. They're getting the Europeans up out of there.
And you are present here. You are journalists who will give the oxygen of publicity to what we are saying here today. I want to tell you that Africa will only change and change for the better when our young men and women embrace that spirit. The spirit of personal sacrifice for the general good. It is not a journey for the faint-hearted.
Exactly.
In that journey, you will have many hurdles. But when you face a hurdle, use it as a ladder.
Woo.
In that journey,
powerful shit,
you will cross many rivers. When you cross one river, there'll be many more rivers to cross. In that journey, you may climb and will climb many mountains. When you climb one mountain, there'll be more mountains to be climbed.
Man, it's some powerful shit, man. This shit, I be hearing these speakers talk, man, it just make me want to go get it, boy. Y'all nigga, boy, it make me ready to get the hell on, go to Africa and just get down, just get with it, man. Get the hell out over here, man. We got to get it, man. Y'all don't know what y'all don't feel this shit. That's why y'all where y'all at, man. Serious.
And when I asked that young man, Nana Bediako, why new dawn? He says there have been many dawns, but this is a new one.
It's a new one.
With a new meaning.
Real.
And a new resolve. We'll begin to leave Accra, Ghana physically, but Accra, Ghana is our true emotional and intellectual north for Pan-Africanism. We'll come here again and again. If only to energize ourselves about which is good and right for the continent of Africa.
And again, we're coming back.
Africa will rise. And this struggle for Africa